This thrift store half off day was epic. Come thrift with us to see what we find to flip for a profit on eBay. So I got to the store like right before they opened, and I definitely wasn't the first there. Went to grab my cart, handed this lady here a cart first, and go ahead and head over to the first pick. And I knew these boots were there, and from being here a prior day, they had them at 20, so I paid 10, and I think we'll get around the $45 to $50 range on those Justin boots. Great brand to look out for, so definitely something that you want to pick up when you can get them at a reasonable price. Continuing to look around here, I don't really know where I'm going. There was a lot of people, big influx of people all at once. And, I'm not really trying to like mosh pit or anything. And here we had the Skylanders bases here, like every single one of them, I think, in the entire Dayton area. There was none of them there that looked like ones I wanted. However, this is the baby brother of the JBL I got, I believe, in the last video. And at $250, that's absolutely going in the cart. I want to say we'll get somewhere in the $60 to $80 range on the speaker right here. As long as it works, that's the big thing that I do want to mention. And I gave it a little shake test there to see if anything was rattling around inside. I know, not super scientific, but you never know, right? And continuing to kind of navigate here, this is actually one of the Waltz 100 snow globes here, and it had one of the figures broken off, and it was really hazy on part of it, so that's why I put it back. I mean, it was still a good price and everything, it just wasn't for me, and definitely wouldn't qualify to make it on my eBay store. But not everything in a thrift store is for resale. I'm looking at maybe 0.1% of stuff. We've got the Star Trek Into Darkness Blu-ray here, and I'm actually picking that up for myself. I'm not huge on the J.J. Abrams movies, but I'll kind of explain why I'm on the lookout for the Star Trek movies later on. This Army of Darkness I thought about getting for me, but I didn't know when I'd get around to watching it. And then on top of that, not a ton of resale value, so I do end up eventually putting that back, and I think somebody else grabbed it. You're going to see us picking up a fair amount of Squishmallows in them, and I'll explain why. These soaps, we end up paying just $1 each for these foaming soaps, and we got them for ourselves. I'm going to tell you, they're amazing. Totally worth the 99 cents each. Definitely fancier than the big giant bottle of soap that we'll refill the dispensers with. You know the kind I'm talking about, that orange, yellowish orange soap. And as you can see here, everybody's filling up their carts. We got all of these Squishmallows with the thought process that we were invited to like a live stream raid train kind of deal. So we were going to sell some, give away some. And that's coming up this Thursday. If you're interested, maybe ask in the comments. I'll supply some details there. But the real focus of today is what we're getting for eBay. We all passed on those Barbies, it looks like, but this actually isn't the camera inside of this box right here. This ends up being film for the camera, which is almost better because film for these kind of cameras, when they're sealed, sell very well on eBay. They're really easy sales, and you don't have to worry about like testing it or anything. If it's sealed, you just ship it off. And I've actually never really had an issue with a film return, or to my knowledge, a printer ink return. I can't think of off the top of my head any time that's occurred. These Dr. Seuss books here, now all of them seem to be used or newer, not like some of the older ones, so I put those back. I wanted to get this rubber mat for us. It's like a boot mat for outside, but I decided to put it back because I didn't think we'd actually ever get around to really using it. And almost instantly, somebody else grabbed that up. So, I mean, it was definitely a good deal. As you can see, we got that Walt Disney book in there. And this is one of the better finds of the day, is this Polar watch. Great brand to be on the lookout for. You need to be buying this stuff when you see it. And to think I only paid $1.50, it is open box, but it's brand new in there. So like probably a good $80 right there for $1.50, which is a great return on investment. And just kind of looking around at the various carts, a lot of them as they came out and stuff. And also, took some time looking around the store off and on. I don't think we actually picked up anything there, but then this cart did come out, and we did stock up on some Scentsy items. One of them's really awesome, and I'll show you a comp for it during the recap, just because it's kind of hard to see which ones we have and everything right here. I'll put up the comps for the rest of the Sensi's then. So, I don't get the Secret Life of Pets guy, but if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, there's another version of that we've sold a couple times. So, you know that it's something we would typically buy. So, I didn't want to be blocking everybody with a bunch of carts and stuff while we were there. So, I went ahead and cashed out one cart while Jess stayed and looked around and all of that. And while I was out there, this Bose Wave radio came out, and it was priced at $9.99. So I mean, for $5, you can't argue with it. You've got to do it. I think this Linux ended up being something that we ended up putting back. Jess did grab not the complete series of Downton Abbey, but quite a bit of it right there, and something to lot up for sure. And here, these Pyrex bowls are really neat. It's kind of shocking how little they actually comp for. I mean, $48 free shipping, but still a great pickup at $3.50. I don't blame her for buying these at all. I think they're really, really cool looking with the clear bottoms and everything too. I don't know what it is about me as like a grown, like a 39-year-old man that thinks Pyrex is cool, but I think Pyrex is cool. We got the Thomas Nast here. I don't know if I necessarily would have picked this up. I did see it when I came back in and just kind of went with it. But $2.50, it's not that big of a deal. This Briar Horse is actually a really cool one, the Camilla here. And I would say it's probably worth about $40 to $50. So that's amazing. Definitely better than the prior Briar Horses. That was hard to say. That we got in the last video. So yeah, I think the comp's 45 plus 10 shipping. Ended up, this is kind of confusing how I edited this now, but I got a couple movies, and I ended up getting Gran Torino, and ended up getting Gangs of New York there on Blu-ray, and I did this a little out of order, but regardless, $1.50 a piece. These were personal buys. This IO gear ends up going back, so we don't end up actually buying that. Continuing to kind of look here. The crowd died down a little bit, and then more people started coming in, so right now you won't see as many people in the background. We got the headbands for adults. This is brand new sealed here at $2.50. I'm going to pop on it, because we're going to get around the $30 mark for a sealed board game like that. Pretty good deal. And then this is a laptop bag, and it honestly looked fancier than it ended up being worth. So I do end up putting that one back. At some point, I grab a fitness backpack, like one of the ones that you like put a bunch of weight in the ruck. And for some reason, you won't see it till the recap. But we do grab these holiday creations here. And this is the Mr. and Mrs. Claus. So this is actually two of the desirable ones where when you lot them together, it's actually worth a decent amount of money. And I want to say we paid like $6 for the pair. So absolutely incredible. Going through the ornaments here, I didn't see anything necessarily that stood out, but I did think that trailer there was pretty cool. The little mobile home. And I think we're at the point where I actually had to part ways with Jess. She decided to stick around for a little bit. Oh, she did see this Lisa Frank here, which is a brand we never see. Unfortunately, it was newer Lisa Frank and not the vintage stuff that can go for all so much money. But I think it's at this point that I actually end up departing. And that was because I had to edit a video, the previous video that I had just put out. We have the Smirnoff clock here, the Chivas Regal, and the Michelob signs. And these are actually really awesome. She gets them for a really great price. But she did text me and wanted to like kind of make sure that these would be good to invest in. The Smirnoff right there. There's actually no clocks that I can find sold or listed right now. So it's a pretty unique piece. I mean, we're kind of basing it off similar mirrors to get to a price. And we're testing the waters out, listing it at $99.99 free shipping. continuing to kind of look here. She doesn't end up getting this, it's like a boot, glass boot. She does end up putting that back. This is funny. So literally 2 days ago before this, we sold one of these in box that we bought from this very same store like a year or two ago. And now immediately we're getting another one to list, which is just wild. And she does end up getting that glass piece, but I think we may have included that in a recap for another video. So if we did, oops. All right, so we just got done unloading this. We spent a lot of time in the store on this half off day, and I don't think we've ever had as epic of a haul on a half off day at any thrift store. So first off, if you're an employee at that store, thank you very much. I know you guys went through a lot to put together an awesome half off day, not just for us, obviously, but for the whole community. So thank you. And here we have the haul, guys. So just back there smiling, you point out your favorite thing.
Oh, I don't have a favorite thing.
It's all your favorite thing.
It's all my favorite. I think it's really cool that we got a bunch of the Scentsy stuff because it's new and it sells really well. But I think the best thing might be the Bose.
Yeah, well, yeah. I would say the Bose Wave radio here. And they went and they had the remote come through as they were pricing. So we ended up getting the remote, which is awesome. Yeah. All for $5, which this is the CD one. Incredible. So yeah, I just hit the nail on the head there.
That was right when Dustin walked away.
Well, to go cash out one of our carts because we had to. The carts are normal cart size. We're just not normal people, so we need jumbo carts.
We need extra.
We did get some personal buys here. Star Trek Into Darkness. I didn't realize this one was the 3D Blu-ray, but it has the normal Blu-ray in there as well. And I'm not really looking for the J.J. Abrams too much for me, but I am going to get it. I'm looking for Star Trek 1 through 10, so the next gen movies and prior, because Paramount Plus got rid of them for some reason. Gran Torino, so I've never owned a legit copy of this. Somebody left a disc, burnt disc of it at my house years and years ago, because I would never, ever download a movie. But Gran Torino is a great movie. Now I own it on Blu-ray. I didn't think I needed to hold out. I'm looking at starting a 4K and a Blu-ray collection. Minor, small, not going too crazy. Only when they're cheap. But I don't think I need to hold out for 4K on this movie because I think the Blu-ray will probably be good enough. And Gangs of New York for $1.50 on Blu-ray. I figured why not? But we did get a lot of other great stuff for resale as well. Cool. I love these. So I had to leave because I had a video to edit. So this was one that Jess picked up here. And she was asking me for advice on which ones to grab. She could have probably passed on the Michelob, but that's fine, whatever. It's not a big deal. I think we only paid like, ooh, that clock might be dead. No, I'm kidding. I think we only paid $3.50 for it. As I shift everything around, I'm going to stop handling it. But the Smirnoff clock, there's no clocks listed, none sold right now. So this is like a really cool piece.
But there are similar style Smirnoff mirrors like that.
Yes, but not in clock form. And it's super cool. As a former Smirnoff drinker, I would have loved that back in the day. So I know that's going to resonate with people. We've got Chivas Regal. This is a scotch I never actually drank. I'm one of those filthy Johnny Walker drinkers. I don't know why it's filthy, but I know people have opinions on that. I don't care.
And then the first ever shiny Briar Horse.
And this guy comps out pretty good, 40-ish or something. Downtown Abbey, missing a season.
Downton Abbey.
I always call it Downtown.
I know. Downtown.
Downton.
Missing season 6, I think.
It's not important.
But 1 through 5 is good too.
Yeah, that's all you need. We got these pastel Pyrex bowls with the clear bottom. Super cool, especially getting that set there for $3.50. This is not the camera inside here. Somebody else got the camera. I know the dude, good people. And it had a case anyways. But I ended up with the film. And this is honestly easy sale right here because people need that film. and they will buy it. We've got this Polar here. It's brand new sealed. What a pickup for $1.50. This would be probably second place for me just from the reseller perspective because it's small. It's easy to list. It's easy to ship. It's easy to take a return on. It's
easy.
Everything's great about it. The JBL there is the smaller version of one that we got in a prior video. We just sold one of these in box, and it's like we're getting restocked. And it took like 2 years to sell the other one. But anyways, guys, that's a long recap. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know if we'll ever have a half-off day like this. We got this ISO pack here and some boots and some other stuff that you can see because you have eyeballs. Jess, close this out.
It was a great day at the thrift. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe and all those things. Too close. Bye.
Bye.